I just wonder, do you have a message for Dmitry Bivol now that he's here?
He know already.
Dmitry, Artur Beterbiev says that you know already. What is it that you know?
I don't know already.
Bivol versus Beterbiev is back on for October 12th, and the excitement is building. Will it end in a knockout or stretch to a full 12-round battle? Boxing promoter Turki Al-Sheikh recently announced that the highly anticipated bout has been rescheduled. This match will now serve as the opening event for the Riyadh season, marking a major highlight in the upcoming series of events. Furthermore, boxing promoter Teddy Atlas thinks Bivol's going to take the win by wearing down the older Beterbiev with a steady stream of punches and cuts.
From Beterbiev.
I never will rule out Beterbiev. He's got power.
Completely
he's got
agree.
character.
But if you had to make a
he's
line,
got pride.
had to make a line
yeah,
before and after.
Listen, I got Bivol. I got Bivol a solid favorite for me.
Yeah.
My line's going to be different than someone else's, but for me,
Yep.
I got him a solid favor. That I'll go all the way out, like I always go all the way out on the limb. I mean, I'm not going to stop now at this point in my life. I think I think there's a good chance he stops him late in the fight, either by cuts or by just an endless barrage of punches.
Teddy Atlas emphasizes the importance of Bivol's jab, saying it's a crucial tool in his arsenal. Atlas compares Bivol's jab to a powerful weapon, noting that it's not just about hitting hard, but about keeping Beterbiev in check and controlling the fight. Atlas added, he's got a hard, accurate jab that he needs to use to keep Beterbiev honest. It's like George Foreman's jab, huge and effective, though not as long as a phone pole. It's a shorter, powerful jab that can really impact the fight. Teddy Atlas emphasizes that Bivol needs to use slick footwork and stay tight on defense to outmaneuver and outscore Beterbiev with his technical game.
Probably have to stop it, or his corner would have to stop it. I think there's a chance that the fight could go down that kind of road where that could be what you wind up seeing if the fight ever happens. I think that it definitely could go that way. I think the jab would be important. Obviously, Bivol's going to use that jab. I think the jab, we should not underestimate the jab of Beterbiev.
Atlas talked about how Bivol dropping to 168 pounds to fight Canelo Alvarez would be a mistake. He feels that moving down a weight class would hurt Bivol's performance and isn't the right call just for a big payday. Atlas added, Canelo should step up and fight him at his weight if he really wants to prove himself. The hype is electric. The much-anticipated showdown between Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev is back on with a fresh date after getting delayed due to injury. The fight was initially set for the Saturday night 5 vs 5 event in Riyadh, but Beterbiev's ruptured meniscus during training threw a wrench in those plans, leading to Malik Zinad stepping in as his replacement. Dmitry Bivol didn't miss a beat in his most recent fight, extending his undefeated streak to 23-0 with his first stoppage win since 2018. I believe my power was there every time and I didn't have any doubts, Bivol said after the fight. Dmitry Bivol acknowledges that this fight is the biggest challenge of his career. He is fully committed to preparing and views the upcoming bout as a significant test.
Every time when I'm on my training camp, I think my opponent is the dangerous opponent in the world. These thoughts help me to be in focus, to be serious in my training camp, and of course he's one of the dangerous opponent.
In addition, pro boxer David Benavidez points out that Bivol's got the power to rock Beterbiev, who's been hurt before, and hints that Bivol's punch could be even more dangerous.
You know, they're both extremely talented fighters, very well. They're two different type of fighters though. Bivol is a boxer, he moves around a lot, but he's solid. Beterbiev is a train, just comes at you, takes shots to give shots. So what I'm looking at for this fight is Bivol has the power to hurt Beterbiev because Beterbiev has been hurt by Bozen or Alexander.
David Benavidez breaks down Bivol's style in the ring with some serious flair. He paints Bivol as a master of movement, smooth and slick, gliding around his opponents with ease. Bivol's got that killer instinct and the kind of punch that can really rattle Beterbiev. Benavidez makes it clear that Bivol's power isn't just a gimmick, it's the real deal, and it's the kind of force that could seriously trouble Beterbiev if he gets hit clean. Benavidez added, we've seen Beterbiev get hurt before. Bivol's power could be something special, maybe even more than what Beterbiev faced in the past. Former professional boxer Paulie Malignaggi says this fight's gonna be a knockout drama. Someone's going down and it's not going the distance.
Tell you, man, I'll channel that into Smokey. You know, it's funny, I was watching Dead Presidents over the weekend, another great Chris Tucker movie.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's funny, I don't see it going the distance either. I don't think most people will see it go the distance. I think Beterbiev is a complete destroyer, but at the same time is also showing some susceptibility in terms of being able to be hit. He's gone down himself. I think he's, as he gets a little bit older, he's a little bit more susceptible to, you know, not only the damage he takes, but also feeling it a little bit more. But at the same time, he's so strong. He's so strong. And so I think this fight will be exciting for however long it lasts.
Holly Malignaggi points out that Bivol will really need to step up his game if he wants to put Beterbiev away, as he's facing one of the toughest guys out there. Malignaggi is clear that Bivol's best shot is to go all in and not just try to survive the fight. He stresses that fighters who enter survival mode, like Canelo Alvarez did against Bivol, often end up just hanging in there rather than actively trying to win. Malignaggi believes that if Bivol doesn't manage to push Beterbiev back or make him rethink his strategy, Beterbiev's relentless style might just bulldoze him. Malignaggi added, "You've got to bring your A game, or Beterbiev will run you over. You can't just go into survival mode and hope to last." In addition, former professional boxer Chris Algieri suggests that if Bivol wins, he's going to outbox his way to a 12-round battle, not a knockout.
What do you make of this matchup between Beterbiev and Bivol?
I actually think this fight could go the distance. If Bivol's to win this fight, I could see it going 12. If Beterbiev wins this fight, I could see it being stopped.
Algieri views Beterbiev's sheer power as a potential game changer. He thinks that Beterbiev's relentless and aggressive style could easily score a knockout if Bivol isn't cautious. With his fierce approach, Beterbiev is a serious threat to finish the fight before the final bell. Algieri points out the importance of the Unification fight itself. "We've been waiting for Unification to clear up the logjam in the division, and it's crucial for boxing's credibility that these top fighters face off." Artur Beterbiev stirs controversy by claiming that he views every opponent as a mere stepping stone, but the real drama unfolds as he gears up to dismantle an unbeaten rival and seize another coveted belt.
For his team, what you ask me? Can you?
I mean, you can see the belt there, the belt that you've wanted for so long, Artur. Since 2017, you wanted to keep collecting the belts. How do you feel seeing it there and going into this fight?
I see another belt.
And what about Dmitry Bivol? Thank you, Artur, terrorizing me. Do you just see just another opponent? I mean, this is an unbeaten champion.
Like you say, I'm collecting belts and I need one more.
Additionally, boxing analyst Tim Bradley warns that Beterbiev's right hand is a serious knockout threat, recalling how Bivol struggled with similar power punches, like Joe Smith Jr.'s. If Bivol's not careful, he could be in for a rough night.
Off the back foot, by moving laterally, he walked him into that right hand as he shot a jab at mid-range. Like, he has that ability to do it. He did the same thing.
Smith is not an in-and-out fighter like that, man. Smith is sort of a one-directional fighter.
I understand what you're coming from, but I'm just saying he has ways of doing it off the back foot too. But I hear you, the style matchup with Bivol and the way he goes in and out and he controls that distance, he knows how to stay at the proper range to not get hit with those big shots and avoid those big shots. So I can tell you one more thing, man. The right hand of Beterbiev is freaking dangerous, man.
Bradley emphasizes that Bivol's been shaky when it comes to handling big right hands, and Beterbiev's right is like a wrecking ball waiting to swing. If Bivol's not sharp, he might catch a knockout punch that could end his night before he even gets started, and it's second of the fight. Bradley highlights that Bivol's success hinges on his ability to use his boxing skills to stay out of Beterbiev's range. Bradley's added, Bivol's got to stay sharp and keep moving. If he gets lazy or too comfortable, Beterbiev's gonna make him pay with that power. Moreover, Dmitry Bivol expresses his frustration about why the fight took so long to organize. He suggests that boxing politics and organizational issues were significant factors in the delay.
To be realistic, yeah, you ask him, he doesn't speak, I will say from him. Of course, we know boxing how it's happening, and all fighters was with the belt with the top rank. I asked my team a lot of times. I wanted this fight, and I got answer only that it's not. There is no person who will make this fight.
His Excellency wasn't doing boxing.
Yeah, and now we have His Excellency who loves boxing so much, and who said that I want this fight.
Furthermore, musician Lonnie B argues that Artur Beterbiev's impressive knockout record and victories over top fighters suggest he is more formidable than Dmitry Bivol. Looney B breaks down the differences between Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev by spotlighting who they've been up against recently. Bivol's been racking up wins, but the names on his record haven't always been top tier. Take Lyndon Arthur, for instance. Arthur might look good on paper, but he's not exactly a big-name contender. On the flip side, Beterbiev's been in the ring with some serious competition. He's taken down undefeated fighters like Joe Smith Jr. and Callum Smith. Looney B added, "If you really break it down, Bivol hasn't been tested the way Beterbiev has. Arthur's resume doesn't match up to the likes of Joe Smith Jr. and Callum Smith." Undisputed heavyweight champ Alexander Usyk is making waves with his bold prediction for the light heavyweight division. Usyk laid down his belief that Dmitry Bivol is the man to watch. The Ukrainian powerhouse, known as the Cat, didn't hold back. He said, "I'm calling it for Bivol. The guy's got serious footwork, slick movement. I saw his fight with Canelo Alvarez, top-notch boxing, sharp defense, killer counters, and smooth combos." Looks like Usyk's got his eyes on Bivol as the next big name in the light heavyweight game. Boxing promoter Eddie Hearn didn't hold back when talking about Artur Beterbiev, calling him a different breed entirely. He made it clear that Bivol's about to face someone unlike anyone he's ever squared off with before. Hearn laid it out. Bivol's the underdog here, and Beterbiev, he's so damn tough it's like fighting a guy who's straight up superhuman.
Like, you're fighting a guy that's not human. You know, he's not breathing. Every shot hurts. Even in the clinches, you see how strong he is. I'm not sure I've seen anything like it before, really. It's like it's not right. It's just like it's an unfair advantage.
Eddie Hearn threw down some real talk about Artur Beterbiev, acknowledging that while age might not be on his side, the dude keeps leveling up with every fight. Hearn got straight to the point. If Bivol sticks to his game plan, he might just be able to outlast Beterbiev in the later rounds. He likened the fight to a high-stakes chess match where every move and strategy counts. "I know he's getting older and you hope that he is slowing down, but he is not. He's actually doing his best performances now. It is very difficult to outbox him in the 12 rounds because he is actually going to wear you down. He is going to force the pressure with his shots around the back of the head and shots on the ears. They really hurt." In addition, pro boxer Joe Smith Jr. has seen better days. He's been through some brutal fights, taking losses against both Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. His bout with Bivol had its moments. He even got a knockdown in, making things interesting. But when he went up against Beterbiev, it was a night to forget, one of the worst of his career. Despite his tough losses, Joe remains convinced that Bivol is the superior fighter compared to Beterbiev. In a recent interview with Themistodi, Joe was pressed on which of the two he found to be the tougher opponent.
In my opinion, I felt Bivol was, the tougher fight for me. He's an all-around fighter, but both fighters are very skilled. Beterbiev, he's very accurate with his punches. He hits you where he wants to. But, I would be looking forward to seeing the two of them fight.
Meanwhile, professional boxer Zhilei Zhang confidently predicted that Artur Beterbiev would knock out Dmitry Bivol. In a recent interview, Zhang shared his thoughts on the potential matchup, stating that Beterbiev's power will be too much for Bivol to handle, ultimately leading to a KO. They're both great fighters, but Beterbiev will hurt him and probably end this fight with a knockout. I think Beterbiev's power will overwhelm Bivol's in-and-out footwork and his skill set. I think Beterbiev is just way too strong. Moreover, professional boxer Albert Ramirez is calling it a toss-up, but he's putting his money on Beterbiev to win by knockout. He added, "On paper, it's a 50-50 fight. I know Artur's training hard, and I hear Bivol's doing his thing too, but if I gotta bet, I'm going with Artur to take it by knockout." Furthermore, pro boxer Lyndon Arthur, who's sparred with Artur Beterbiev, weighed in on a potential fight between Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. Arthur praises Bivol's technical skills and sharp boxing IQ, noting he'll be a tough challenge, but he warns not to overlook Beterbiev's sheer power, which could be a game changer in the ring. So, what's your take on this fight? Who do you think will come out on top and snag the light heavyweight title? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video.